why stopping the sanctions against Iran and taking the foot off the gas of the maximum pressure campaign was such a grave mistake.
We have, remember, Hamas has Americans.
Yeah.
And Iran knows that, and they've seen our response.
So, great point.
That's
great
Biden's
point.
policy. Money to Iran and refuse to change course even when U.S. troops suffer traumatic brain injuries or are killed. For more than 3 years.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe.
I love setting my DVR. Okay, let's talk about Germany and how Germany as a country is just spiritually not all right. Okay, what do I mean by this? Yanis Varoufakis and some other individuals, okay, basically were holding together a Palestinian Congress, okay? This Congress in Germany, in Berlin, was supposed to talk about the conditions of Palestinians and how Israel is doing a genocide. Those things are true. Just, you know, they were supposed to talk about true things. This is a recent article, but I want like specifically an article on the Congress if you guys have it. Okay. Germany has been definitely cracking down on pro-Palestinian protests, going absolutely crazy mode with it. I've been in a lurk for a few weeks because I got to literally and politically deal with this shit, but you're talking about Iran and Germany. Haha, you might as well have me on as a guest. I'm the German liaison of the Iranian government. Okay, chill. Ali Abunimah got the right idea about Germany. Germany must be completely demilitarized and banned forever from producing or possessing weapons other than lightly armed police forces under international supervision. After Bundeskanzler's support for the Gaza genocide, never again has to mean ever again. He's right. NATO, the Nazi American terror organization, must be abolished. He's so right, dude. This video sums up the German position pretty well.
Meine Frage war ja, wie sollen die sich aus deutscher Sicht wehren? Du hast gesagt, verhandeln oder kooperieren.
Bro just sent me a fucking full-blown German video, dude. Are you insane? Like, no subtitles whatsoever. Just sent me a German fucking talk show. No subs, no nothing. Bro, you think I can fucking translate that? What are you, crazy? Anyway, not only do I speak very little German, but I refuse to learn more German, okay? For two reasons. One, because I don't need to, because when I go to Berlin or Kreuzberg, everyone is fucking Turkish anyway. So knowing Turkish is enough. It's literally like being a Spanish-only speaker in like certain parts of America. And two, I refuse to speak German out of principle. Just like my father refuses to speak English out of principle, even though he is fluent in German and will speak German, I refuse to speak German out of principle for similar reasons. Okay? I will do the accent, though. So here's what happened. Germany cancels pro-Palestine event, bars entry to Gaza war witness. So first thing that I saw this morning was Abu Sitta, Ghassan Abu Sitta, Palestinian surgeon who was in Gaza until recently. As you guys know, I relied on a lot of the first-hand accounts from him in the early stages of the genocide in Gaza. That's probably why you remember his name. He's a British Palestinian surgeon who had to evacuate. And he was traveling to Germany. Except the German police had some different opinions on that. They stopped him at the airport earlier today. And it didn't stop there, it seems. Here is what they did. One of the main speakers, Ghassan Abu Sitta, a British Palestinian doctor, had earlier been denied entry into Germany to attend this event, the Palestinian Congress. The German government forcibly has prevented me from entering the country. He was invited to address a conference in Berlin about my work in Gaza hospitals during the present conflict. The German government has forcibly prevented me from entering the country, silencing a witness to genocide before the ICJ adds the German complicity in the ongoing massacre. The doctor who volunteered in Gaza hospitals during the first weeks of the Israel's ethnic cleansing campaign said he arrived at Berlin airport on Friday morning before being stopped at passport control, where he was held for several hours and told he had to return to the UK. Nine! They said. You will not enter the country! Arabic dog, they said. Okay. Airport police said he was refused entry due to the safety of the people at the conference and public order, Abu Sitta told the Associated Press. Okay. An event organizer, Nadija Samur, told Turkey's state-run Anadolu agency, Anadolu Ajans, Masadayız, there's absolutely no legal basis for this, no justification at all. Abu Sitta is the dean of the University of Glasgow. I can't imagine that he's a dangerous person or a person who incites violence. Quite the opposite. This is literally a fucking doctor, bro. Okay? Who spent the first and perhaps the more violent instances of Israel's ethnic cleansing campaign, saving people's lives inside of Gaza. Okay? Abu Sitta added that on X that barring him from the event was silencing a witness to genocide before the ICJ adds to Germany's complicity in the ongoing massacre. But it didn't stop the German police. The SS, the Gestapo, continued their actions as police in Berlin interrupted and canceled a pro-Palestinian conference soon after it started, hours after one of the main speakers said authorities held him up at the airport and prevented him from entering Germany. Officers initially halted the Palestine Congress because another speaker was subject to a ban on political activity in Germany, police wrote on the social media platform X on Friday. They did not give the name of the speaker, but participants in Congress wrote on X that it was Palestinian researcher Salman Abu Sitta. Police later wrote on X that they had banned the remainder of the conference, which was being attended by about 250 people and due to last until Sunday. They said there were risks that the same speaker would be invited to talk again, accusing him of having made anti-Semitic statements in the past. Here's a video from the Berlin police, the Gestapo, canceling the pro-Palestinian Congress. Okay? Berlin police just canceled the entire Palestine Congress. I was the only speaker that successfully finished the speech. Salman Abu Sitta was cut off after 1 minute. Our live stream ended and the electricity cut off. They broke in. Check your current viewer locations. Twitch panel. A lot of Germans tuning in right now. Yeah. They went in. Apparently they broke through the panel and shut off the electricity by force and arrested people that were at the Palestine conference, including, but not limited to, a German Jewish person who is the head of the Jewish Voice for Peace in Germany. Here it is. A video I just received shows Polizei Berlin arresting the spokesperson of Jewish Voice for Peace in Germany, Udi Raz, as horrified onlookers shout "never again" amid the scenes so reminiscent of Germany's Nazi past, including current Nazi present.
Never again! Das brennt! Unser Städtel brennt!
SS unit arresting Jewish political dissident for protesting against ongoing genocide, colorized. That shit's definitely gonna That will probably get me hate speeched by, I suspect, the German Twitter. They saw opposition to genocide and their epigenetic memory kicked in and they arrested him reflexively. Yeah. Guys, you don't understand. They're doing this because they're doing this in a anti-Semitism way. They're going to ban you from Germany. No schnitzel. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. Yeah, NetsDG alerts incoming. Holy moly. I guess they are simply just following orders. Here's another image from Red. Palestine Congress in Berlin, Germany was shut down and all peace activists were arrested. Carried out by the most blonde cop in Germany. Yeah, no, it's like, it is wild that they're not even thinking about like the optics of the situation. Like, it is just like, it is crazy. Like, how do you not see having the blondest cop in tactical gear, like arresting a Jewish anti-Zionist protester? Like, how do you not see what is going on? And I, no pun intended, not see. How do you not see what's happening here? They found the most Aryan cop to do the business too. Like, it's crazy, dude. It is crazy. I mean, as a German, the angle of the optics, I don't find it all that concerning. The act in and of itself, I find more concerning. No, the act in and of itself is, of course, infinitely more concerning. But like the optics, on the optics front, at least you should have a moment of self-reflection. Like, perhaps what I'm doing here spells something out to everyone that is not inside of Germany. You know what I mean? Like that's a crazy fucking thing to do. Okay? It's a crazy thing to do across the board. But like, Germans are so hopped up on their own like unconditional support to Israel's genocide that they just don't recognize that the rest of the world looks at that and goes like, excuse me, what do you mean you had the blondest cop go into the Palestine Congress and arrest the Jewish protester? Like, you have to have a moment of self-awareness here. Anytime the Germans start arresting Jews, you got to give that a double take. Exactly, bro. What the fuck? Do you have any idea why Germany is anti-Palestine? Are you kidding me? I've talked about this extensively. Okay? I've talked about this extensively. Germany loves the current predicament Israel is in. Why? Because, one, obviously there is a level of guilt, a collective guilt for the Holocaust, where they're like, oh, it was ein big oopsie. Okay? But beyond that, there's a second thing that is much better for them, which is this way you can turn around and be like, see, the Arabs are doing the Holocaust now. Obviously, politically, this works very well for German domestic politics because there is a shit ton of Islamophobia in domestic German politics. This way, you get to tie this back to how all Arabs are anti-Semitic Jew haters, right? So then they can just basically say, "Oh, look at us! Like we're defending the Jewish nation state." And also on top of that, any moment that you're talking about like how Arabs are the real anti-Semites now, you're not thinking about the Holocaust. Germans act like they understand the evils of the Holocaust more than the leftists use. It's so funny. Yes, I've seen that is a take I thought was fake originally. Yeah, here, there's 4 main points that this chatter is very good at, okay? This chatter is describing it perfectly. 1, collective guilt for the Holocaust. 2, they move the target to someone else. 3, they're very Islamophobic, and the target that they're moving it towards is also, it happens to be like a Islamic target, so that works doubly well. 4, they don't want Juden in Europe, and no one can change my mind for the latter. I do agree with that as well. Also, weapon sales. Germany is, of course, militarizing at a rapid clip. Here is the Polizei breaking into the control room at the Palestine Congress to shut down the electricity and power supply. Our team at the scene reports that the shutting off of the organizers' live stream. Police went from person to person demanding they stop live streaming from their phones, and then they announced that they were shutting down the entire event, which had only been allowed to run for about 20 minutes. It was due to run for 3 days. Earlier in the day, police demanded that Congress organizers allow all German media into the Congress to safeguard free speech.
Alles gut. Also bitte auch, wir haben einen Schlüssel. Wollen Sie auch noch ein bisschen Abstand? Ja, natürlich. Ja, Sie sind auf einmal gekommen. Markus, danke für dich. Sie haben hier ganz laut und deutlich gesagt, dass Sie einen Schlüssel liegen.
Bro, I'm sorry. I look at this, I'm like, this is Nazi shit. I can't. Maybe I apologize to the Germans in the chat, but when I look at this, I'm like, this is some Gestapo shit. Like, this is straight up Gestapo shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't unsee it. I've seen it too many times throughout history. It's like, what the fuck are they doing?
Angeblich Pressefreiheit in Deutschland und diese ganzen Journalisten da reingebracht. Was ist das für echt? Also, das ist so lustig, Leute.
Yeah, they were saying in the background that they have a key and they still broke into the server room. Oh, abi kanake denmeye hazırlanan Almanların Türkler için slur'ü kanake mi? Öyle mi diyorlar? Ne demek? Kanake ne? What is that? Apparently there's a slur that Germans have for Turks. Kanake? What does that mean? Subhuman? Kanake evet. Berlin mayor says, we have made it clear that the hatred of Israel has no place in Berlin. Anyone who does not abide by these rules will feel the consequence. Ich danke der Polizei Berlin für das entschlossene Einschreiten bei dieser Veranstaltung. Wir haben klar gemacht, welche Regeln in Berlin gelten. Wir haben klar gemacht, dass Israel-Hass in Berlin keinen Platz hat. Wer sich nicht daran hält, wird die Konsequenzen spüren. Ah! Such a beautiful language, German. It's just like, I would like to thank the Berlin police for its decisive intervention at this hate event. We have made it clear which rules apply in Berlin. We have made it clear that hatred of Israel has no place in Berlin. Anyone who does not abide by these rules will feel the consequences. A lot of you in the chat whose parents celebrated the fucking wall coming down may not be feeling like it was a great move, okay? Holy shit. Is a slur for all non-German. People use it also self-referential like the N-word by some black people. I cannot stress enough how incredibly frustrating it is that the conservatives are currently in power in Berlin, though I doubt it'd have made that much of a difference if the usual lefties were in power there, given our government's position. Yeah. The guy whose tweet you read is the acting mayor of Berlin, Kai Wegner. Kanake is a racist slur that Germans use against Südländer, mainly used against Turks and North Africans. Seht ihr diyorlar ne? Kanakensprache, language of the Kanaks. Dude, that's sick. They have like a new slur. New slur unlocked. Berliners get the best kebabs in the world, and what do they give in return? Yeah. W makes a V sound, so it's Vegna, which makes it funnier because crowds lol. Yeah. Anyway. That wasn't on your slur day calendar, bro. We do international slurs around these parts, okay? We're unlocking the new racist tomes to unlock new slurs. So, did you just admit Berlin kebabs are better than Turkish? Some of the Berlin kebabs I've had before are, if not as good, sometimes even better than the ones I've like döner in Germany is very good. Very, very good. Like a shitty version of döner in Turkey. It's the only place on the planet outside of Turkey where döner is just as good. In some instances, maybe even better. Yok abi, no. It's good. Mustafa's Gemüse döner that I had in Berlin was unironically a life-changing experience for me. It actually shocked me how good it was. I've had döner. I love döner. Okay? I love döner. I love it. The best döner in the world is still in Turkey. Okay? 100%. I believe that. However, Mustafa is hype only, to be honest. There's better ones. I remember having it. I remember having Mustafa's Gemüse döner many years ago. And honestly, it was pretty fucking good. It was like the only place that I've had döner outside of Turkey where I thought it matches. Abi deme sonra döner Alman diyorlar. Vallahi no, of course döner is not German. Anyone who says that is fucking delusional. Anyway. It's like tacos. We all know Mexico has that on lock, but LA is second when it comes to tacos and shit. Yeah, I think so too. The word döner is Turkish. How can these Germans think it's from Germany? I mean, what do you think? These people are delusional. Anyway. What is this? Here's the Berlin mayor whose statement you read with a known anti-Semite. Please check it out. Yeah, of course. Anyway. Germany defends itself at the International Court of Justice by saying that its foreign policy after the Holocaust is built around defending Israel rather than preventing mass atrocities That's the wrong lesson to draw. Oh. There's just, I like that they're admitting it. All right, here is Ghassan Abu Sitta giving an exclusive interview to Middle East Eye after he was barred entry into Germany, which, to be fair, I will say good riddance. I mean, no one should go there. Holy fuck, dude.
My name is Dr. Hasan Abu Sitta. I've just returned from Germany, where I had been prevented from entering the country for attending a conference in Germany to give evidence on the war in Gaza and my witness statement as a doctor working in its hospitals. So this morning at 10 o'clock, I landed in Berlin to attend a conference on Palestine, where I had been asked, along with many others in the UK, in the United States and in Europe, to give my evidence of the 43 days that I had seen in the hospitals in Gaza, working in both Shifa and Al Ahli Hospital. Upon arrival, I was stopped at the passport office. I was then escorted down to the basement of the airport, where I was questioned for around 3.5 hours. At the end of 3.5 hours, I was told that I will not be allowed to enter German soil, that that this ban will last the whole of April, and not just that, that if I were to try to link up by Zoom.
What allegations? I don't know. I made
or
that
FaceTime with the conference, even if I was outside Germany, or I were to send a video of my lecture to the conference in Berlin, then that would constitute a breach of German law, and then I would endanger myself to having a fine or even up to a year of prison. I then was asked at the end to book a flight back.
Someone seems pretty defensive, huh? Okay, you get 5 minutes off. The other guy got 30 seconds off, but you get 5 minutes off.
The UK. My passport was taken away from me, and then I only got my passport back as I was boarding the plane. As Germany is defending itself against the Nicaraguan charges that it is an accomplice to the genocidal war, as described by the International Court of Justice, this is exactly what accomplices to a crime do. They bury the evidence and they silence or harass or intimidate the witnesses. And so, as members of a gang that has committed a heinous crime, Germany is doing its bit in that crime, which is to ensure that there is complete impunity, and so that the genocide can continue uninterrupted. So the Jewish intellectual Hannah Arendt, in the first lecture that she gave in Germany in 19...
How is this legal? He's a British citizen? Bro, what do you mean, dude? It doesn't matter. Like, he's brown. He's Palestinian. Okay? He's defending Palestine. There are German Jews that they're arresting. Why wouldn't they fucking arrest? Why would they refuse entry to a British college dean / surgeon? I don't know why you won't say Germany's doing this because of Islamophobia. That's the main reason. Wait, what? I did say that. No, it's not just Islamophobia. There are broader societal reasons as to why Germany, it is Islamophobia for sure. It's like the major reason. It is playing a major role, but it's not just Islamophobia, even though I have mentioned that it is Islamophobia. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, March 92.
1958, after the Second World War. She said, we humanize what is going on in the world and in ourselves by speaking of it. And in the course of speaking of it, we learn to be human. There is so much peril before us. To speak of it in earnest, to understand the causes and the alternative is to practice our humanity. And this crackdown on free speech is a dangerous precedent, because what is happening in Gaza is a dangerous precedent. We are watching the...
You're putting more emphasis on other things? Yes, because I think that weapon sales to Israel and also seemingly ridding them of the collective guilt of the Holocaust by changing the attention over, by shifting the attention over to Arabs and Muslims, which is Islamophobia for sure, is the major reason.
The first genocide unfold in the 21st century. And for Germany to become implicated as an accomplice in silencing the witnesses of this genocide does not bode well for the rest of the century.
There is no real guilt for the Holocaust as a fucking excuse they use to justify Israel's support. Guilt for the Holocaust would mean supporting Palestine. I mean, NB Ranger Danger, thank you for the 5 community gift the subs. A lot of our Jewish comrades here in Germany have been saying this for a while. Germany doesn't just want to defend Israel. They want to be Israel. Every day we see it more and more clearly. Yes, Yanis Varoufakis was supposed to talk at this event as well. And he didn't get to. Es ist gut, dass die Berliner Polizei ein hartes Durchgreifen beim sogenannten Palästina-Kongress in Berlin angekündigt gehabt. Wir behalten die islamistische Szene sehr eng im Visier. It is good that the Berlin police have announced a tough crackdown on the so-called Palestine Congress in Berlin. We are keeping a very close eye on the Islamist scene, says Nancy Faeser. Wer islamistische Propaganda und Hass gegen Judinnen Judinnen und Juden, wer bereit, muss wissen. Okay, dude, we have to do it again. There's a rule. Germans are not allowed to say Jew or Jewish, okay? When you say it, it's like, it just triggers something in my brain, okay? I'm not even kidding. You should never be allowed to say those words, okay? You just use another language, use English, be like Jewish people, you know what I mean? When they say it, it just seems different. You know what I mean? Faeser is a big fan of surveillance too. Shocking, isn't it? Yeah. Judinnen und Juden, wer bereit muss wissen, dass das schnell und konsequent verfolgt wird. Wir brauchen ein sofortiges, hartes Einschreiten, wenn solche Straftaten begangen werden, so Ministerin Faeser. Anyone who spreads Islamist propaganda and hatred against Juden must know that this will be prosecuted quickly and consistently. We need immediate tough action when such crimes are committed, said the minister, Faeser. The actors in Zone of Interest were hitting it too hard. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, dude. Ay, ay, ay. You're yelling German so loud that people in the office probably think I'm a Nazi now. Thanks, bud. This German accent is frightening. Trust me, it's frightening to me too. Okay? Germany getting called out. Namibia rejects Germany's support for the genocidal intent of the racist Israeli state against innocent civilians in Gaza on Namibian soil. Yeah. Oh, Germany committed the first genocide of the 20th century. Yeah. Anyway, I love how your dog doesn't give a fuck about all those screams. Yes, she's knocked out, very tired. Anyway, but here are his words that he was slated to say at the Palestine Congress, which he was not allowed to. Now let's get back to the what happens if Israel goes to war with Iran. My own university has disinvited a Jewish American philosopher, Nancy Fraser, of taking up a professorship because she spoke out against the killings in Gaza. Absolutely shameful. Dude, I think people don't understand. The Western world doesn't give a fuck about Jews, okay? They care about Israel as a strategic entity. Like, that's why the broadest coalition of pro-Israel sentiment comes from the most rabid anti-Semites in this country, okay? Dudes who unironically think Jews have horns and tails and shit. The fucking white evangelicals in these goddamn mega churches in the South. The broadest coalition of pro-Israel sentiment is not amongst the American Jews. It is evangelical Protestant Christians for theological reasons. Okay? Those motherfuckers don't like Jewish people. They're like, yeah, like the Balfour Declaration. They're like, yeah, let God sort them out over there in the fucking desert. I don't want to be around Jews. They have horns. Send them down to the desert. That's their fucking take. That's it. That is precisely why. Do Israelis know this? And do they care? No, they don't. I don't think they give a shit. I think many people don't know this, okay? There's a multitude of different reasons, okay? Most conservatives don't like Jews. They just hate Muslims more. There's that, okay? Obviously, they hate Muslims more than they hate Jewish people, so there's that. That's a big role as well. Some see it as a bulwark, like some see Israel as like the only power to like combat the Islamic hordes. And many also have a Armageddon theological justification for Israel's existence. They believe that once the chosen sons and daughters of God occupy Israel permanently, that the Armageddon will happen. The rapture will happen. Jesus Christ will come back. The second coming will happen. And Jesus will fight the devil in Megiddo. It sounds fucking insane, like it's a goddamn anime when I repeat myself, but that is the real reason. And there are tens of millions of these people that genuinely believe this. It sounds so fucking stupid. And you know what happens to the Jews in that process when the rapture happens? They also burn in hell, unless they convert to evangelical Christianity, of course. So it's not like these guys are, fond of Jewish people at all.